Feels weird. Weren't we just here last week? With 2 of the 4 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Because I do believe we were. Welcome to yet another Splatfest. I'll probably be sick of Splatfest by the end of this TMNT themed one, but this is round 2, the second week, where we have Michelangelo versus Donatello. I'm on Team Mikey because out of these two, I always liked Mikey. He's the comic relief turtle out of the 4 of them. I always kind of click with the character for that reason. I could be kind of a goof if you guys have already noticed at this point. I mean, I'm also a techie, so Donnie would also click, but I don't know. I'm more in the mindset for Mikey for this one. So yeah, there's really not going to be too much to say here. We'll probably be playing this for about, like, what, 2 hours or so, because, yeah, I just played one of these last week. I mean, that was the last time I did play, so let's just fill up on that experience. At least I can't say I'm rusty because we were just here. But before we begin, I kind of want to see Spike real quick. I did order something off of the Splatnet, so gonna pick that up now. I have the funds to do it, so let's go ahead and get the hat that I ordered. There we go. Alright, I didn't have that one. Good. I always hate when I order something off of Splatnet and then it turns out I already had it because I buy everything. Alright, let's just go ahead and jump into games. Now, last week, the winner of the Raph versus Leo Splatfest, I believe, was Raph. So, my turtle lost. But it had more of the popular vote. I believe it was like a maybe a 4% gap. Do that so I can get the new thing off. So, like, my turtle didn't lose by much. It just lost by the fact that 2 wins count separately for some stupid reason. I still don't like that. The one thing I hate about the Splatnet ruling system still is just how they grade it at the end of the day. It's good with the popularity, good with one set of the wins, but a second set there, you know, the individual and the team thing, it still kind of bugs me. Alright, so we just used dualies last time, so I'm trying to see, can we use something different? And I want to use something I'm decent at. So I'm looking through a lot of my weapons here I haven't touched in a while. I don't know, I'm kind of feeling the Splattershot Jr. right now. So we're going to try that for a little bit and just see how that works. So let me move this mic a little bit closer to the mouth. Just by like maybe an inch so I can lean back more. Alright, let's go ahead and jump into the game and see what we got. I don't know if that's picking up on the mic, but I can hear a plane flying pretty low. Probably just going into the airport. I mean, at this time, normally planes are coming in, not going out. Or at least in this area. Eh, who knows. Also, Zuckerberg? Or Zuckerborg? Was that supposed to be Zuckerberg and Zoidberg from Futurama merged together or something? That's a very weird name. So I was wanting to play a little bit of the Splatfest a little earlier today just to get some experience in, but yeah, no time. This is pretty much why I stream these Splatfests anymore. It's not just to say I did stream all of them, because that's kind of one of the goals I've had for Splatoon 2 compared to the first game. But I'm also doing it because it's a good excuse to play each event. I mean, it's been working out for the most part. Even if it's just like maybe an hour, I still get something in. Alright, I gotta reset this motion control a little bit. That's a little better. Now I can point down proper. Now these color schemes, the orange and the purple, I'm so used to seeing in Splatoon already that it's nothing new. It just looks better in the nighttime. That's about it. I'm just so used to these colors in a lot of games. Okay, that was a good time to jump. Okay, would have worked if I didn't get squelched. My motion's like really off tonight. It's just how you hold the controller. That's the problem. Whenever I'm playing the game like at my desk like this, I'm always having to hold the controller in my lap. And it's kind of confined space that probably doesn't help the motion, but still more accurate than just using the stick. And way quicker. I'm only using the stick to turn my camera. And even then, I'm just nudging it with my finger, and that's it. There he is. Come on. Got him. Thought it said Dennis for a second. Like what, Dennis the Menace? An old character, we're bringing that back? Sounds like they just used one of these ink storms, but you know what? We'll counteract and use our own. Wow, we're really covering the map. Oh, what the heck? What reached so far? Oh, Splash Pro that was right next to me. No wonder why. I didn't even see that guy up here. Man, we went from kicking their butts to us getting our butts kicked. That's a fast turnaround. Wow, I'm surprised that auto bomb actually did something. This is gonna be close, but we should be winning this. Like, it really flip-flopped itself at the last minute. From us being super far ahead to them being super far ahead. Like, that was a pretty close game at one point. That's a pretty big difference in lead at the end. Probably by like at least 10% since they're in danger. Yeah, a little over 10. Near 20, actually. I always like how this custom Splatshot Jr. just has that stupid little sticker on the side of the star. It looks so weird and goofy. I don't know why, but when I see that thing, I think of Starfy, like that Star character. I think that's his name. Let me make sure. Yeah, Starfy. I've never played a single Starfy game. I believe... Wasn't this the same people who worked on Kirby? Or at least a Kirby-esque game that Nintendo published? Because I heard decent things about it, I just never played it. We didn't get one of their games until the DS age, but this was a big thing over in Japan. Okay, come on. Can we find a game today, please? There you go. Thank you. All you have to do is just say it. Then your wish is granted. Okay, is this a new shifty station compared to last time when they decided to reuse one? This doesn't look familiar to me, so I think it's new compared to last shifty. Maybe. See, some things are here a little familiar, so maybe it's not. Oh, jeez, I just shot him a little bit and then just ran. Terrible, terrible timing to do that. Come on. There, he got him. And then his friend got me. Dang it. And it's an AO spray of all things. That thing shot farther than I expected, being a close-range weapon. Sweet, made it. Now help ink up some of the area I can't reach. Yeah, there you go. Now get out of here. Just trying to get away too. Oh well. Man, they're really making a comeback fast. Thought for a moment we were doing good. My teammates keep on screaming, ouch. Oh crap, it's an inkjet. It's going right for me too. Oh hi. You're a roller. Doesn't really work that well when you're, well, a weapon that can't kill me in one shot, at least the carbon variety. Has to fling me to kill me in one shot. I think we're definitely losing this because we're not getting out of danger. Yeah, that's probably like a 10% gap for them. Yeah, that was a pretty good comeback at least. Oh yeah. At least 10%. Yeah, at least one win and one loss in a row gets me, well, fiend. I'll take it. Trying to just estimate this in my head of how close, or even if we can get to the max rank this time around. I mean, we just made it the champion last week, Splatfest, near the end. So if anything, I don't think we'll get the king as well here, but I feel like in like a 2-hour span, it depends how many games we get in our favor. But if we get a lot of wins, I might be maybe halfway. We'll see. We will see. But now I just have to hope I get good teammates. Last team sounded like they just kept on dying from the zapper, which was a problem. Alright, at least this area is covered compared to the last game that no one went up here apparently. Get out. Oh, get out of here. There you go, good. Hey, Alison, how you doing? Oh, you getting yourself set up? Alright, good. Yeah, when you're ready to join, just message me on Discord. I'll just hop into the voice channel. What team am I on? I'm on Team Mikey. Gotta rep that Mikey. Which is, I know, kind of ironic, because I believe, what was it, yesterday? I made a tweet about Marina just kind of saying how much she likes Donnie's, like, tech thing. Like, how she has a sweet spot for that, so to say. But I'm with Mikey because I just kind of confirm a little bit more. I just found that line to be kind of hilarious. Hey, Super Spyro, how you doing? Team NT is real good. Haven't seen it in years, but from what I remember watching growing up, it was really good. Oh, get out! Ah, I see. You're Team Donnie, Spyro. I mean, to be fair, I really like him too. It's really hard to pick a turtle for me, but, well, I have to. Gotta rep that team. Good. My rain killed you. How's it feel? Take my heavy rain and all of its buggy mess from what I seen with that game. Ah, yeah, that was a really bad spot. I'm not surprised I got flung to death. Man, how the heck did we go to danger so fast? Like, we were doing good, and all of a sudden, we're just really losing. Ah, jeez, that was a really big fling, too. I was not expecting that. Yeah, we're done. No way we're recovering from this in 5 seconds. Wow, that was... Ooh, that was a little rough. Kind of, you know, destroyed everything. Man, even one of our teammates had 9 kills. That's ridiculous how they just flung that around. To be fair, it's still a roller. I guess I'm not too surprised. Alright, well, I think the COCOM's all set, so let's go ahead and join in. Hey, hello.
Hello.
How's it going?
You hear me?
Yep.
Good. Cool.
Who here is going to be watching the Smash Bros. Invitational at E3 this year? Oh, I definitely will be. I always enjoy when they put on tournaments at E3. Which is only like, what?
That should be cool.
Less than a month away at this point? I think at this point we have all our times for all the conferences confirmed. So it's like about a month away.
Did you hear about that leak?
Which leak in particular? There's a lot.
Oh. Okay. The one that was put out by Walmart Canada.
No, I don't think I heard about that one.
They accidentally, or supposedly accidentally posted a couple PS4 games that weren't supposed to be listed on the site yet. Like placeholder crap, or like pre-orders. One was like a new Splinter Cell game or something, and the other one was Borderlands 3.
Very interesting. I mean, I would love to see a Borderlands 3 if that's true, because when did pre-sequel come out? I feel like that was 2011 or 12. It's been like half a decade at the very least. It's been a few years.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, I don't know. It was funny because people were like, "Oh, I don't know if I believe it." And then...
Oh, it's more recent than I thought. 2014.
Oh, okay.
It's still a while.
But yeah, they were like, "Oh, you know, this hasn't." Their statement about it was, "Oh, it was a glitch in the system, and this hasn't been officially, you know, like announced or whatever, or it isn't official because the devs haven't, you know, said it was. So, but we're looking forward to the announcements at E3." And I don't know, it was just stupid the way they reacted to it.
It sounds like a very weird cover-up for it. Like they had no idea how to explain why they accidentally post things like that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not the first time Walmart's done something like that. I mean, for the SNES Classic last year, they accidentally put up too early. So people already knew, well, Walmart's going to be carrying this price and there will be pre-orders. So they do that kind of thing a lot from what I've heard. I'm not too surprised.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be interesting to see stuff like that. I heard that, well, one of the things they did for, I can't remember what it was. I think it was Ghost Recon or something like that. One of the more recent Tom Clancy multiplayer games they had referenced Splinter Cell in one of their missions. So I wouldn't be surprised they do another Splinter Cell because of that. They already had it fresh in the mind earlier this year.
Okay.
So, like, we'll see. I mean, that was also the same thing that referenced Metal Gear. And basically said he's dead.
Yeah.
Which is not wrong. I mean, I heard a news story that Konami's kind of afraid to tell their investors how badly Metal Gear Survive sold. Which, yeah, I would be scared too. It's your biggest IP at this point, and it's sold like garbage.
Yeah. Well, the creative, the soul of Metal Gear and the creative direction and the whole point of why it started is gone.
Pretty much. I mean,
you gave them the boot.
Once the actual creator of the series left, the whole series itself left with him in terms of creativity.
Yeah, it lost its soul, and then they're like, you know what? We're gonna have to take this in a new direction now, guys. Let's make it like
a direction we don't know how to do.
Exactly.
Because I heard that player base, well, barely began itself when the game came out, but even then dropped like a rock. So it had not many people even to begin with to play, and now it has next to no one.
You know what it feels like to me? Because, okay, I've seen some skewed reviews about it, only because in the sense that they slapped Metal Gear on the title. It's not a Metal Gear game.
Yeah.
If it was like, if you titled it something else, like Zombie... Kill Zombies, I don't know, just something to do with zombies and shooting and that kind of thing, like a survival type of thing, it probably wouldn't have gotten as much hate, maybe. I mean, I did hear there were some issues about the game itself with balancing and stuff like that, but I think it's literally because they called it and said it was a Metal Gear title, and that's why, like, everyone was like, you know, it gave bad reviews. I think, what I've heard is the game isn't as bad as people are saying, but because they said, oh, it's a Metal Gear game, it automatically was going to fail. The fact that it's not a Metal Gear game, it's not survival.
That looks
it's
more
not
orange than purple.
At all.
I'm sorry, but that was like a 1% loss, and I can't believe this.
Wow. Yeah, it's not an espionage game anymore. It's not stealth anymore. It's just a zombie shooter survival game, and that's not Metal Gear.
Have any of the main characters from the series? They reference some, but that's about all they do.
Yeah, I think as far as I know, I think it's like at the beginning, like Snake is there and he's on a helicopter and he leaves them these other guys, which you play as some other guy that they created for the game.
Yeah.
And that's it. He's like, well, good luck to you fellas. See ya. I'm getting out in a helicopter. That's about all you see is if any of the original characters, as far as I know.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
just like a
have
small
limited
cameo in
knowledge.
the beginning from what I heard too. Because
It's
it's
like, oh,
basically
boy.
just your main, like your made-up character, and that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, the biggest issue I heard with that one was the same thing, balancing, because the balancing was pretty bad.
Well, yeah, I think it's apparently from what I heard is the way that they did, you know, how you had to collect for things to survive. It seemed like that's all you needed to do. Like they didn't give a lot of leeway. But then I also heard reviews that apparently later on you could like have a garden and water tank, because apparently in the beginning you're supposed to be collecting water and food and stuff like pretty much all the time, so you don't really have time to do anything else, and it was like repetitive, like rinse repeat kind of thing.
Yeah.
But then apparently later on you can unlock, like, or at least I heard you can unlock I don't know, like a garden and like a water tank and stuff, and then you never have to collect stuff again. So I don't know, like it's just what I heard from what people were reviewing. Like the completionist, I think he was one, and there was maybe a couple other, you know, game reviewers that, you know, were basically reviewing it like, this isn't a Metal Gear game. I hate the fact it's not a Metal Gear game, but apparently they gave some false facts about it.
Yeah. That's pretty much what I heard about too. The false facts really didn't help.
Yeah. I mean, by all means, I hate what they've done. Like, that's not Metal Gear. It never will be Metal Gear. It's a totally different game with a Metal Gear title slapped on it because they're trying to capitalize on the name. But like I said, if this was a totally new IP for them, then maybe it could have done better. It's just the fact they associated it with something, and all of the drama surrounding the creator of Metal Gear and how that whole thing went down did not help them.
Yeah, because
so
that was
there we
already
had bad
making
PR.
people swear off of Konami at that point. It's basically just like a repeat of what happened with Metroid Prime Federation Force in a way, where it's not what the fans were wanting to hear at the time, and this is what we get. And it's not a bad game per se, but it's the name association that makes it bad. Although in this case, the game is a little worse than also that game in particular. Federation Force 1 I heard was okay, especially if you have a good group of people. It just was released at a bad time. If actually released not too long after Samus Returns, I think people would have gave it more of a chance. But as is, people don't care.
Just people were starving at that point for an actual Metroid game, and they gave them that. It just fell slap in their face.
It gave us that and took away AM2R at the time. So people were kind of salty about a lot of stuff.
Timing. It's all about timing. And, like, you know, what risks you should take with an IP and you really shouldn't. Like, I don't know, you get some pretty loyal fans out there, and they will, they'll just boycott things. They'll just like, nope. Not the direction of the game I know it to be, or the series or whatever. So
at this point, I think we should all be boycotting EA anymore, because I think that's the general consensus. I mean, at this point, they're doing something technically illegal, because they've ruled in, like, I believe Belgium and such. There's like new news articles coming out saying they're banning loot boxes in general from games. So if it's in your game, you could be heavily fined or even sentenced to jail time. But EA, after they hear that, they're like, nah. We'll keep the loot boxes in our games. So, corporate greed.
Well, it's a money risk for them. They're thinking like, people they calculate, okay, so say like, you know, we have to go to court, we have a lawsuit or whatever, we get charged. You know, how much money are we going to lose from, you know, basically winning that case or not winning, but, what's the term that they use when you just pay off a lot of money? Settle. So they'll probably just settle in court, right? They'll just you know put a bunch of money, whatever the heck they have to, and they'll just say, oh, you know, it's a loss, whatever, but it's not a big deal considering what they can make in return off of keeping them in. So
pretty much that's what they're hoping for, because you know jail time's a whole different story. You literally can't settle that one out, but they're taking the risk anyways because it is a money thing.
Well, I mean, that's the problem with corporations, is that, you know, in a lot of ways, because of money, they think they're above the law, and if they can get away with it, then yes, they are.
Yeah, pretty much
above the law. If they could buy out of, you know, getting in trouble like any other normal person who didn't have money would get in trouble and not be able to get away with it because they don't have money to buy themselves out of it, then like, I don't think there should be something called like settling. But there is, so...
Yeah. I mean, so far, the best game they released this year has probably been Burnout Paradise, the remaster, simply because there's no loot box system. And that's sad to say. Like, the best thing about a game now is to not have to pay extra money.
I know.
To let you know, they've been playing Smash to practice up for the Switch release before it comes out this year. Playing fun, not competitive. Suck badly while I'm playing the game. Got beaten hard like a rock. That sounds like me when I'm trying to get serious about it, though. So, it's good to practice Spyro in general. I haven't really played Smash in a while. I'm always on and off of the Wii U one nowadays because of everything else.
I haven't played Smash in probably a good year or so. Like, at least, if not longer. I don't know. It's been a while since I touched that game.
Yeah. Like, it was sometime late last year was the last time I picked it up.
I remember, like, there was a conversation going on during my stream last night, and it was about having the GameCube Virtual Console on the Switch. I wanted so bad, because I do. Like, someone mentioned, like, Melee, and I was like, oh my god, if we could play Melee on Virtual Console.
That'd be nice.
That'd be great.
I mean, we're all kind of curious to see what they're really doing now, since they've so far announced that, well, for starters, Virtual Console isn't dead, but most news outlets love that, have that clickbait. They're just changing the name.
Yeah.
So we gotta see what really happens since they're focusing on the Netflix style for right now. But I just hope that we get games aren't re-released for like the 5th time in a row. Because that's all we got on the Wii U and the 3DS Virtual Console, for the most part. I mean, the best parts about those systems Virtual Consoles were systems we didn't get before, like the DS for Wii U and then GBA as well. And then on 3DS it was Game Boy.
Yeah.
I'm just curious to see what they're going to re-release for that reason.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I was very surprised with Wii U when they released Donkey Kong 64. They said they wouldn't do that because it had some issues, but then they did anyways. Biggest issue is the game's way too dark on VC.
Oh, never played Donkey Kong 64. It was one game I skipped.
It's a collectathon, so it's gonna depend. It has so many things to collect, and it's infamous for a reason on that one. It's not bad. I still enjoy it. It's just they have to be in that mindset because it can be an adventure.
Yeah.
If you're playing on the virtual console, though, just make sure you jack up your TV's brightness by like at least half the amount you normally would.
Okay.
It's very, very dark. That's the one major complaint I have with like N64 and NES VC on that system.
Yeah,
I don't know why they're so
like
dark.
There's some games that are hit and miss. Like I don't know. I have like a weird setup when it comes to the virtual console because I know there's a virtual console like the Wii U virtual console, I guess, and then there's like, but then I ported like all my Wii games, so it's technically the Wii virtual console version of games I have, and that's most of the retro games I have because I bought a lot of retro games when the first virtual console came out, which is for the Wii.
Yeah.
So I have a lot of like,
I guess
the better version. Yeah.
I mean, really, the biggest difference is the fact that you can also play on the gamepad, but that's pretty much it. Because they don't really look that much better from what I've heard. I think the only one that might have is Super Nintendo, but even then, I don't think... I think they're still rendered out in the same resolution, so it wouldn't matter. It's still an upscale.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm not like huge into like rebuying games for consoles a whole lot.
It depends on
I don't
the
know.
game. I mean, I just bought Half Genie Hero twice in 1 week. I wasn't going to pick up the PC release of Ultimate, but I only did because I was able to get it for about 20.
Yeah.
Which really sucks because I literally did that just for like maybe $10 worth of DLC. So I had to rebuy a game just to get the extra stuff you can't get otherwise. Like the Tinkerbat, which is kind of stupid.
Yeah. I don't blame you though. If I could get a really good deal on something like that up here in Canada, I'd take it. But most times we don't get a whole lot of deals like that. Or if they come along, like I'll jump on them then. But
yeah, that's pretty much why we have Amazon Prime. It's just so you get a deal in general.
Oh yeah, like I will say I probably got more deals off of that than if I like bought it anywhere else within Canada. Though the funny thing though is I saw that Uncharted 4 was actually cheaper at Best Buy Canada than it was on Amazon Canada. And I'm like, huh, that's interesting.
Yeah, it does depend, because sometimes games do go a little bit cheaper, like some retail stores I've noticed.
It wasn't even a sale, I don't think. Yeah. It was just the regular price, and I'm like, wait, what?
Well, they might start discounting it, because I've noticed they've been doing that lately with some of their games, so who knows? Maybe it could just be a random, like, cut-down price.
I'm a real cheap gamer.
Yeah. I follow a cheap-ass gamer, so...
If I can get it on a deal, I'll get it then. But I don't know, especially... I mean, especially when it comes to me buying a lot of Nintendo games, I can't really get a deal on those. So then if any other type of game, like, yeah, I better be having a discount on that. Because I know you guys will do it.
We talk about deals, but I think sometimes I might take it a little too far. I can't even use this as a joke, but not gonna lie, I literally picked up Honey Pop the other day for $1.
Oh my god.
Like, well, why not?
Oh my god.
Regret everything. You literally can't do anything because that's banned on this site. If I do anything, it would be like maybe a joke video on like YouTube with heavy censorship.
Yeah. It's like, nope, copyright, whatever.
Which is funny to say because technically, you know, I got the Steam version. That's the censored version, so you're not seeing anything.
Oh.
So it really wouldn't matter, but at the same time, yeah, it is because it's adult themed. Like the whole point is literally just to sleep with people. So they're like, yeah, we're not gonna take a chance. But that's why we can stream L.A. Noire instead. We can have dead naked bodies, and apparently that's okay.
Now I know what Lester does.
Investigate dead naked bodies,
for $1. Oh my god.
Told a friend about that the other day, and then I just sent the one like GIF from The Office from that guy saying it's called hentai. And it's art, just to mess around.
Oh my god.
That's like still one of the weirdest moments I think in that show, from what I've seen.
I've tried watching that show a couple times. Like, I got so far, it's so ridiculous. Like,
yeah. I've only seen pieces of it, but yeah, it can get out there. It's pretty good for that reason, what I've heard.
One of the best moments from that show are probably where the gifts come from anyway, so...
Yeah.
Isn't that show, like, pretty darn old, too?
I think at this point, yeah.
Yeah.
That show's been done for a couple of years now.
Yeah. So it's in Syndicate, or if they even do that anymore, since there's something called Netflix now.
Yeah, really. Everyone just kind of streams on that.
Oh god. I have not been having very good teams lately.
Yeah.
It's kind of bad.
I've noticed kind of the same issue over here.
I can't seem to get anywhere.
I just really wish at one point they'll patch it in so you can just do like 2 people on a team to find others as well. You know, kind of how they do in almost every other mode. Have a league style for Splatfests. That'd be good. Then we can join with friends and randos. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Still don't understand why they didn't decide to do that yet. I haven't checked it since another like major update we had here, but I doubt it's fixed.
Yeah. It's like, why not add it, please?
You've added it for literally every other mode. You're so close.
Doesn't seem like it'd be complicated, but I don't know.
Yeah, really. I mean, we fight our own teammates half the time anyway, so it wouldn't be any different.
Yeah.
Did we get that? I don't think we did. That still looks like too much purple.
I think I've lost like every match.
I've maybe won twice so far at the most. Getting a lot of bad teammates. I might also need to swap over my junior because it's not doing as good as it did earlier. At least now we can do that, so... Swap weapon mid-game.
Yeah, that's true.
Thank God. The one thing we all asked about for the first game. Didn't really get it unless we were playing with friends.
Yeah. And the other thing we're missing is proper voice chat.
Yeah,
I mean, there's Discord, so...
I seen a picture, and it's actually really hilarious, too. It's like Nintendo voice chat in like 2006, which is just showing a headset plugged into a DS. And then it's voice chat in 2017, and it's that whole cord of mess on a cell phone and the Switch.
It's like, what?
It's like they somehow backpedaled. They did better a decade ago.
Yeah.
I found that hilarious. Like, you had it right once, and then you don't have it. Why? You have voice chat technically built into this game. It's just locked behind local lobbies. So, why? You were so close, and yet so far.
I wonder if it's like to push mobile more. Like, I don't know. I just feel like Nintendo's trying so hard to push into a market of mobile games or mobile stuff because who knows? Somebody probably told them like this is the way of the future or something. They're like, okay, so let's just have a reason to have voice chat on mobile, and then we'll eventually get more people on there, and then we'll add more stuff, and you know. I don't know.
They're not wrong when it comes to gaming, sure, so give your feet wet there, but voice chat's a whole different story. Even though it's a portable system, still no one's going to carry a cell phone to do voice chat on a console. The DS had a built-in way to do that. Why won't the Switch? It's very weird of how they backpedal.
I don't know. People probably are also thinking that they're scared of voice chat. I mean,
kind of, because this is the only game that supports it. And we had a lot of other multiplayer games released on Switch so far. There was voice chat in Mario Kart 8 on Wii U, but not on the Switch version. So,
yeah,
it kind of does show so far they're a little hesitant.
Yeah. I don't know.
To be fair, if we use voice chat in Mario Kart 8, it's because we accidentally press the minus button. I've done that more than enough times.
It's like, oh boy, all of a sudden voice chat's on. Except that's like really awkward and nobody wants it.
Why can't I hear my music? Oh, the mic's on apparently, that's why. Ah, that was gonna surprise you with the sploosh. Okay, at least I did get to actually surprise him with the sploosh. I'm terrible with staying, but at least I want to try it. Usually I think maybe once or twice on Wii U. Haven't used it yet here.
Holy crap, we might actually win one. Wait, is this because we're against our own team? Yes.
Yeah, well, that explains a lot. That happened to me all the time last Splatfest. When we fought Leos, that's the only time I won.
It's like, welp. Wow. Surprised you did really good against your own team. I don't know. It's like 70 to 22.
Jeez, yeah, that's a big difference. I was gonna say, can I kill you with the sploosh from this far away? That'd be hilarious, because that never works. Wow, okay. Connor, what the heck was wrong with you? He was walking towards me mid-splashdown. He's seen it, and he's still walking right towards me. Not the smartest move.
Weird.
Ooh, I wonder what this will do. Kill you, that's what.
Like, what?
Yeah, okay, that's definitely a win for us for once. Okay, so that's 2 wins as Mikey?
Nice.
Because I do take back what we said in the very beginning, where I don't think we'll get halfway through champion at this rate. We'll probably be literally in the same rate we were last time. Just hitting it. But hey, at least Mom put in work. She's putting in that work for Mother's Day. Oh, good. Communication error. Of course, that's the one game we win, and we all get separated.
Oh, boy.
That's how it goes, though.
Yeah, I know. Finally get a team that works, and it's like, nope, sorry.
Not loud.
Recalculating.
Yeah, at least it still counts as a win, because if that didn't, man, that's where the real salt comes in.
Yeah, I know. It's like, welp. Actually against the opposite team.
Oh my god, this is gonna be horrible. 3 of us have Sploocious. It's the same one, too. Yeah, we're screwed. I never like it when I see 3 of the same weapon on one team, even 4.
Gotta love the section bomb.
The heck is everyone? Like, there's no one in the center yet, and this is almost down to the 2-minute mark. That's really weird. Normally, Kelp Dome is more filled at the center by this point. Was Team Donnie taking a nap?
It's like, well, camped for quite a while.
There, got the scalper. Now people can buy those amiibos when they come out.
Oh my god.
I wonder when that's gonna be at this rate too. They still haven't announced a date. It's gotta be around the time the DLC drops for Splatoon 2.
Yeah.
I mean, all I know is I'll probably be making like another like little unboxing just for those figures. I did that for all the stuff with Splatoon 2 when it first came out. It feels like this year is just going to be the year of adding more unboxings to previous ones, because this year we have like, here's the stuff that came out last year, and here's the same thing again, but with more content.
It's like, wow, did we actually win that? I wonder. I think we might have. Yep. Hooray! First win against the team.
Yeah, nice. Somehow a team of 3 splooshes are doing really good, which I'm very surprised that we are. We're 3 of the same weapon. I actually killed someone with a sploosh too.
Yeah, I still have my, what the heck is it called? Air spray, I think.
Yeah, oh, that one's really good. Haven't used it in a bit. I'm trying to at least use some other weapons I haven't used before so I can get that freshness bonus thing. But it's so hard to get. Yeah. It takes so many wins in a row to get that with how people play in Splatfests.
I know, it's hard to get something consistent unless you get a team that's really good, but then that's never guaranteed because DCs.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't know.
I can kind of see why that team did bad. I think they had a DC, because one of them didn't have anything done. No kills, no specials, nothing.
Yeah.
So that's probably a DC.
Yeah, I seriously wonder how the service is going to be. I wonder if it's going to be the same when they finally launch it in September for the paid service, or whether or not it's going to be the same, because I don't really know.
I mean, I hope they fix it a bit. I already know whatever games are released, they might not change right away, because they're not going to rebuild a peer-to-peer thing and structure with a server immediately. I think that would be too costly, even with a $20 a year subscription.
Yeah,
so who knows?
I don't know.
I hope they do improve upon it more. I mean, to be fair, at least from what I've noticed, these servers on Switch games have been a little more reliable than Wii U ones.
Yeah.
But to be fair, we also have a couple more online games here compared to Wii U so far.
Yeah.
Or at least from in-house Nintendo.
Yeah, I know. Let's
like,
see
ARMS
how it
wasn't
works
bad.
for the third
Mario
party.
Kart 8 was Mario Kart 8. It was just as good and bad as it was on Wii U. I mean, at launch time it was worse, but now it's better. This game is kind of the same as Splatoon 1 on Wii U even now, so it's hard to judge. I mean, to be fair, at this point, people are still playing a lot more of the single-player stuff like Odyssey and Zelda. So maybe that also doesn't help.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. We'll have to see how it goes.
Did not see that coming. That was a very fast carbon roller kill. Didn't even get 30 seconds in.
I mean, to be fair, I don't really play like a ton of online games. Probably Splatoon is like the one I play the most.
Yeah, I mean, I'm playing this at least once a month. So I kind of agree there.
Yeah.
I mean, really, it's the Nintendo systems I usually play online the most, only because I have the most people who have this and those online games. So it usually comes down to this system, usually. Even back in the Wii U day, it was like that. But back then, it was really just Mario Kart and Smash. Splatoon, it was a once-in-a-while thing, but it really did depend.
Yeah. I do find it interesting how the retro games are going to have new, like, online playability with your friends.
I mean, that's pretty cool to see it officially supported from Nintendo, because this is nothing new for retro games. We've seen that before with other companies. Like, I believe Neo Geo's been doing that for a while from SNK, and then Sega's done it as well. But they've been hit or miss. So
yeah,
I like to see how Nintendo does it.
Yeah.
I think the biggest problem, I think Sega's was the one that had some of the bigger problems, because their games had some adjustments to it half the time. Like, I played Gunstar Heroes online with Matt, and the biggest problem we had there was it wasn't like the Genesis version. So if you got a game over, in the Genesis version, you can just press the start button and you can jump right back in. But in the PS3 and 360 version that has the online support, they took that feature out. It was the only version I had that taken out, which actually made the game harder. And that game was already hard enough.
Huh.
It was a weird change. So that's why I just hope Nintendo doesn't have weird issues like that. But to be fair, Sega does weird things with some of their re-releases. It depends on the game. What? Okay, that's a laggy shot. It went through the wall.
It's like, what?
I mean, that still hasn't changed. The laggy shots are still here. Always. Even with a wire connection, you can never avoid them. Okay, that
right now I'm trying to figure out. Yeah, I think it's like in Canada it's $25 for the year. I think for online.
I mean, that's still better than what Sony and Microsoft offer.
What? I don't even know their pricing for their online.
I mean,
service,
I don't know what it'd be for up there.
Plus.
I think it might be $80 a year for you guys with the conversion, but here I think it's like $60 a year.
Okay, yeah.
It's kind of costly after a while. I've only had Xbox Live whenever I can buy it on sale, and I really just do that because of like the free 360 games you can keep.
Yeah.
Especially since Sony's actually taken off both the PS3 and the PS Vita games off of PS Plus in the next couple months. I find that Xbox Live anymore is more worth it out of those two. But even then, it still depends. It's expensive.
Yeah.
But I got 7 months for $30. I'll take it. It's the only reason why I have it right now.
Yeah.
Oh, map's updated. Okay, what do we got now? Anything still good for the sploosh?
Just...
Snapper, Canal, and Mori Towers. Well, this weapon's gonna be useless in a bit. We'll try it.
But yeah, I'm trying to figure if I should do the monthly or, like, I don't know if I want to try it out for a month before I commit to a year. I don't know.
I mean, that might be the best thing to do is to try, because I think their monthly is like maybe $5 a month or something like that. It's really low.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much what it's going to be.
Let's see. Yeah, 1 month is $3.99. This is all Americans. 1 month $3.99. 3 month is $7.99. 12 month is $19.99. And family membership, which I haven't really explained what that means yet, is $34.99 for like a year. I think
they set up to like 8 accounts or something. Could
seriously 8?
Do it.
That's a lot of accounts.
That's what I heard.
I wonder how that would work though. Like, do they all have to be registered to the same Switch platform, or could you just kind of do that with whatever account? So I could buy on my Switch and then also work on someone else's with a different account. Because if so, I think a lot of people would just use that and just kind of, hey, you pay $5, I pay $5 kind of routine. Because that would work if you lived in like a big group and played Switch.
Oh yeah.
Because that's what I'm confused about. I know a lot of other companies that do a family plan like that, you have to be locked to the same hardware.
Okay.
So that's what I'm wondering how they're going to handle that.
I don't know, maybe it is like per one piece of hardware. I don't know.
I mean, to me, I'm not going to really mind paying that $20 a year kind of thing, because I'm going to be using it anyways. This game once a month, so I might as well. So
yeah, I'd be more
interested
to see I'm more interested to see like what else you get with it, because I know they're gonna release more information as it comes out.
Yeah, because
like,
so
the
far
discounts
they
and
just
stuff.
talked about, yeah, they're going to get discounts, you're going to get the NES style games to play with friends online with a Netflix style service. So we're getting our own kind of virtual console style with that, and then we're getting the cloud saves, which honestly that's something we really needed. We needed some way to back up our saves. I mean, it's a little dumb that the only way to do it, you have to like pay a subscription service like how PS Plus does it, but at least we get something. Because we had nothing at all, and most people complain about that with Breath of the Wild, losing their saves.
Yeah, I know.
I heard a lot of bad horror stories about that already.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still have Breath. I have Breath of the Wild for Wii U, so
I mean, you can back that up, so naturally you're fine. I mean,
Yep.
to be fair, get a pretty big flash drive, because I think that would be a pretty big file. I'm not sure how big the save file itself would be, but I know if it has DLC with it, yeah, it's gonna be big.
I think I picked up like a 32 gig flash drive for the Wii U because I wanted to. Because what I ended up doing is getting Metroid Prime Trilogy off the eShop, I think.
Yeah.
And downloaded it, and that was like pretty big. So I was like, well, I need to up the space.
Yeah, because that was
They
one of the
have
very
a-
few dual-layered DVD releases on the Wii, so it's like an 8 gig thing.
Yeah.
I believe it's like that and Brawl and Metroid Other M. I think those were the only 3 games released on the system that had 8 gigabyte discs. The rest could fit on
Okay.
normal DVD. I think they had to do
Yeah.
that and also had some issues because I think when I heard the Wii technically had issues reading those discs, so some people's Wii's died earlier than expected, playing things like Brawl.
Oh.
So that's a little scary. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I think maybe the Wii U might have fixed that because they're pretty big discs.
Yeah.
So who knows? I mean, I just play all my Wii games anymore on a Wii U. Even though I have an upscaler, it still looks better actually on a Wii U.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone kind of said it. I can kind of see it, but not as much as others. Oh, come on! I get a 69.9. We get a communication error. I can't even see how good we did. All I can see is 69. Nice. Get out. Great.
Like, lol, what?
Well, at least we won. No, but I've noticed though, like, you know, people said that the weakest part about the upscale I have, frame rate is 480p. Apparently it has some weird horizontal blurring effect on that, but I don't notice it as much. I only notice it on Wii games because most of them are widescreen. Do you notice the issue more when you stretch it? It
Yeah.
doesn't matter. Wii U is so easy. I just put the disc in, I go to the channel, and I go. So, I'm just gonna use that. Unless it's a game like Brawl or Sonic Riders Zero Gravity or something that uses a GameCube controller. Especially Zero Gravity. It's either, okay, play the game with a Wiimote and use motion control as you're forced to, or just play with a GameCube controller. I'm going to pick that.
Yeah. I miss being able to use my GameCube controllers. I'm just like, why'd you have to die, Wii? I mean...
Yeah, I mean, I just hope you at least find out a replacement soon, or maybe just see if you can get it repaired. Because I think they still are offering repair services for Wii's. I'm just not sure how they handle it with the GameCube support. I believe they might still be doing that.
I just wonder, like, at what point do they say, like, yeah, it's just old?
Yeah, really. I mean, if that
I know,
happened,
'cause
it
it
wouldn't
is
be
old.
too big of a deal since you can always just buy a secondhand Wii for pretty cheap. So if you need
Yeah, I
at
don't know
least
how
get
cheap
one, it's
I
not
could
bad.
get it, but...
I mean, when I bought mine a couple years back, I got it for about $50 refurbed, so that does help. I don't know how much they are now, but they're still near that price from what I heard. Like 50 to 100 at the most.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
I have no idea what people would charge for it here.
I mean, especially for a GameCube fan, that's still cheaper nowadays than the HD solutions people have for GameCube. Those are still
Like,
almost
honestly,
$200.
I would honestly just rather get a GameCube.
Yeah, honestly, you
Like-
might be better off doing that and then maybe find one that has like that digital port thing. Because there's so many things coming out for GameCube HDMI nowadays. I'm just hoping there's one less than $100 in the next year. If there is, I might have to get one in the future. I'm only using my GameCube nowadays just for Game Boy stuff anyways.
Yeah.
That's why I'm hesitant to buy one of those HDMI things. I heard that my upscaler doesn't like the retro signal 240p on HDMI. So alright, I'm not going to waste that cash then. I'll just stick with this $10 S-Video. It's cheap and it looks good.
Yeah. I honestly, probably biggest reason why I want a GameCube is I want to be able to play 1000-Year Door on it.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, the prices for that game is like over the roof.
Yeah, I was like, I
Over
wanted to pick it up, but
$100.
yeah, it's not cheap.
No, it's just one of those first-party Nintendo games that
Hold their value over the years.
Oh yeah, it's
By a lot.
a really good game. It's probably it's in my opinion the best Paper Mario they've ever put out with that game.
That's usually general consensus. It's really good from what I've heard and seen.
Yeah.
I mean, the people who made Hat and Tie really like it because there's so many references to that game in particular in that one.
Yeah.
I mean, Snatcher is basically a reference right there for the Paper Mario. That whole character is just a giant reference.
Yeah.
Same for one of the levels in that said chapter. DJ Grooves, I believe that's actually a reference to Pokemon XD. I think it's just the same thing to say that that company just likes Nintendo stuff.
Yeah. There's a lot of companies that form from their love of Nintendo games, probably because they grew up with it or were around it a lot, and
oh yeah,
you know, take inspiration from it. Because I mean, I don't know, gameplay-wise, Nintendo is pretty up there with, you know, their first-party games. They've always been very good with their first-party games for the most part.
Oh yeah, especially when
hardware,
it comes to the single and local multiplayer, they've always been on top, and still to this day that kind of proves true. So that's usually why people usually want to keep at least one Nintendo system in their households. You always have a good game to play. Like, I'm recently playing through the new Kirby on there. I'm really enjoying Star Allies because, man, I love Superstar. And that's basically like a Superstar spiritual successor. It plays so similarly.
Nice. Yeah. Unfortunately, like, I know, like, unless it might, maybe one day if it ever gets on Nintendo Selects or something, I'll pick it up. But I don't know. The price tag of, like, it would have been like $80 for, like, I think 6 hours of gameplay. That's kind of a bit too much for me.
Yeah, I mean, wait for some kind of sale.
Yeah, as soon as I heard like how short it was and then the price tag on it, I'm like, you know, if it was like, you know, a 20-hour game, I'd probably say, okay, fine. But, you know, 6 hours, and then I heard like it was pretty easy. But I mean, to be fair, a lot of Kirby games are kind of easy.
Yeah,
so
that's
it's
nothing new for
to...
Kirby. Even this lane, technically, it's nothing new, so I accept that. But at the same time, yeah, maybe not a full price. Like, maybe even at least like 50 would have been okay. But 60 was a little much. I'm kind of glad I got a double discount on that one, so I technically paid 40. So just as much as one of the 3DS releases. And that is probably a perfect sweet spot, because it's just as long as the 3DS Kirby games.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I got to one of the secret levels. It started to basically play like Milky Way Wishes from Kirby Superstar. I mean, you went through doors and it transitioned between day, evening, and night, and oh man, I had a huge freak out. It was so cool to see that. Nice. I actually thought for a second it was going to change seasons like it did in Milky Way Wishes, which would have been really cool.
It was nostalgia overload.
Yeah.
Which I wouldn't get. I'd just be like, this is cool for the first time. Because, like I said, a lot of the first Kirby game I ever beaten was 64.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if you are a big Kirby fan, you get the most out of Star Allies. But yeah, first-time players are not going to recognize a lot of the references. I mean, the Dreamland buddies, I think, are the biggest example. I only recently just discovered a lot of them, you know, past couple years. So I know Rick, Kine, and Goo, and see, this is made blanking because I don't remember all the character names. Yeah, I cannot think of them, but the buddies from like Dreamland 1 and 2, Gooey from 3, and then Marks, but if you play Superstar, he's a little more recognizable. That's how I know him. It's still weird, though, to have a final boss, who was an enemy, mind you, be an ally now. Still feel like chucking that guy off the cliff. For trying to basically kill Kirby in space.
Yeah. Wow, we are being overrun by the other team. It's ridiculous. They're like at our base. It's horrible.
Yeah, that's a
Oh
rough game.
god, I just died again. Yeah. I don't really know where my team is. I think, I don't know, unless they pushed ahead to theirs, that I could then excuse it, but I don't know where they are right now.
but even then, that might still be a little too much. Sometimes pushing ahead that much in a game that puts you very close to danger, not the smartest move.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like you gotta know when to switch strategies in this game.
Okay, how the heck am I missing him? I was shooting Will point blank in the face with my weapon. He was just not even taking a single hit. That's, I don't agree with that. The sploosh will do more damage that close. Not no damage. I mean, at the rate things are going, I can already kind of predict the finals now. I thought originally it was going to be Raph and Mikey, but now it's looking like it's going to be Raph and Donnie. Man, that was a mess.
Oh, wow, yeah, they,
I mean, if this is true, then that means I'm not going to be repping either turtle from a previous Splatfest. I'm just going to be picking someone else. Because if one of these guys gets in, I'm going to rep him. So if Mikey comes back, I'll rep him. But that's if he gets to come back.
Yeah.
Oh, good. I just shot that curler bomb right in the water at the end game mark, so it did literally nothing. Good. I mean, it wouldn't have mattered. That's a huge point gap for them.
I'm completely switching out for my team. I'm like, nope.
Yeah. New people, please.
It's like, yeah, I had to leave the lobby. Plus, I don't think I have any drinks or anything on. That would help a little bit.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I don't have any experience food, which sucks. That's what I really need right now.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, I don't have any use for that money. Once in a while to buy a weapon, but that's it.
I know.
I still have so many of these dang tickets anyways from when the game first came out and I grinded them before they patched that glitch. So I never really have to worry for at least the 1.5 bonus tickets.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, maybe 88 of those experience ups. I think I'll be okay. I have so many. There's no excuse to not use a ticket for me. That's the thing.
Yeah.
As soon as I heard that, too, about the glitch, and I knew they were patching the game, it's like, well, I guess I'm keeping my Switch offline for a week and beating story mode so I can grab these tickets and grind. The best move. I'm just surprised they didn't patch it out. Like, if you got all the tickets, they just didn't reset you back to 0, thanks to a glitch. I'm surprised they never tried to fix that proper. I mean, I'm cool with this. I mean, how close did you get, though, the finishing story in this one?
Oh, boy.
That sounds pretty real.
It's been a while. I don't know, maybe the 3rd or 4th area?
That's not too bad, because I believe this is like 5 areas in total for single player, so that's about halfway.
Yeah.
I mean, I still need to keep on going back to it to unlock all the weapons at one point, grind it out. I still don't like that, how many times you basically play through single player to get the hero-based weapons. It was way easier in Splatoon 1 by just using Amiibo for maybe like 2 hours.
Yeah.
I really wish we could have done that again. Not have to do like 8 playthroughs of single player. I've cleared World 1 with all the weapons, and that's it. And that's easy, because that's only like, what, 4 levels? Including the boss. That's a big difference.
Yeah.
Wow, that was the exact same time dying. That sounded really weird. Like dying in stereo.
Wait, couldn't find enough players so it kicked me out of the lobby? What?
Oh, I hate that. I hate that glitch on the servers.
It's like, what?
I could not find enough players when everyone plays all the time on Splatfest. That just makes no sense.
Like, excuse me, but what?
It's like, okay, if this was Wii U, I would understand, but this is not. This is a lie. People are playing right now. Okay, buddy, what were you trying to accomplish there? I think a dude just tried to kill me by jumping over a cliff. Problem is, you can't move much in midair, so he just jumped into the pit. I don't know what you were trying to accomplish. Oh, good. Okay, that was kind of nerve-wracking near the end, but we got it.
Oh, that was like a new map. Oh, with the water in the middle?
Oh yeah, that map. I've only played on that one a handful of times. I mean, I played on that one last week, but besides that, maybe 2 Splatfests ago. Hey, I'm sure it's getting something new. Meh. It's okay. I think I'll drop out so I can at least scrub my shirt. Gun is in terms of levels. Let's take a look. Yeah, it's still pretty gray. I kind of wish I could check that in these lobbies, but Splatfest levels kind of take over. I can't see. I mean, 18-18, I think that's the highest I've ever seen my team's highest score in a while. So, at least doing better now than before.
Nice.
Even better than last Splatfest, so that's good. I mean, last one was rough. All the rafts were just way too good.
Oh, God.
It's not surprising from being a tough guy.
Yeah. I was something I never really got into was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I mean, I've watched the show like a couple times when I was a kid, but it was mostly one of those shows where, like, if it was on, sure, I'd watch it. But that's about it. Like, I wasn't like really into it, so. Yeah,
I mean, that's kind of how I was too. I always caught it when it was on, but didn't go on my way a lot of times with the show. But when I watched it, I did enjoy it. I could not get into the newer stuff though, like the future style turtle shows. Those ones, I don't know. Not for me. Maybe I have to try them again years later, but after a while, I just kind of stopped.
Yeah.
The most memories I have of the Turtles though were that NES TMNT arcade game. So, TMNT 2 on NES. Not the really terrible one, the arcade port. Luckily, I did not experience a really terrible one. Hi Chris, how you doing? Like TMNT 2003 and then the movies from the 90s. Yeah, those, I believe I've seen at least a 2003 film. And that was pretty good. I've heard the movies were pretty good for Turtles though.
Oh, God.
Whoa, what the heck was that? Oh, dualies, but they didn't even look like they were aiming at me. That was weird. Now time for a long drop. I'm off by an inch. I hate that when you jump over to a ledge and then you just scoot off the side of it.
Let's see, highest 1,739.
That's pretty good, actually.
Since we're losing still a lot, so
yeah,
I don't know.
That's a higher score than I expected, having bad teams.
Yeah, I know.
Expecting like 1,600 or something around there. It is near what I had a lot of time from last week. Which I'm still kind of surprised that this is like a 3-week event, because this is still the first time they did this. Even Splatoon 1 never had this long.
Yeah, I don't know if they've ever had something like this, Splatoon 1. Like,
No,
over
I mean the closest they had is a
day.
48-hour one, and that was the final Splatfest. But even then, that one didn't last as long as this, obviously.
Yeah. Oh
Jeez,
god,
Tessa.
sniper.
Seriously, you can't take that many sploosh shots. Oh, Noir looks different. Is this a mod? Yeah, it's the mod where we play a different game. Don't worry, we get to accuse the other team of murder in just a minute.
Ugh. Horrible.
How do you feel about the update? Which update in particular? Because they did update a couple things with this Splatoon 2 previous update. I mean, I haven't gotten to try most of it, including X. Well, to be fair, I don't think I'll ever get to rank X. Having gotten out of rank S. It's just way too hard.
The Octolink story mode.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
I don't know when that will be out at this rate. I know it's like within the next month or two. It's soon. But I am really looking forward to that DLC. I still need to buy it soon enough.
Probably aiming it for the summer.
Yeah, sometime I think maybe late June. Late June. I'm trying to combine 2 months. Late June or July, maybe around that time.
I like that month. When does that month happen? Right in between, I assume?
During the leap year, yeah. It's like in between the 2 months. But it's only once every 4 years. That's why no one's heard of it.
I want my birthday in that month.
Jeez. I mean, just
Like,
from experience, it's awkward to know someone who has some kind of event happen on a leap year. Like, we had someone pass away on a leap year day, and it's like, alright, now how the heck do we think about this? Because it's like once every 4 years we can think about it.
It's like, that's odd.
Yeah, really odd timing.
It's like, well, we lost that match. Crap. Pretty brutal.
Man, did not look like the splash was going to reach for a second. Glad it did.
What are more other consoles not responding? Please try again later. What the frig? What?
Man, you're getting that error a lot tonight. That's weird.
That's a different error than the other one. The other one was like, couldn't find people. This one's like, can't connect or something, or console can't connect.
Oh, so it's just a timeout thing from a server. I mean, that's still weird in general. I mean, this is all what we're kind of worried about with the paid thing, but I don't think that'll be ironed out immediately. And then we're still going to have a lot of people come out day one saying Nintendo's online's doomed. Because everything Nintendo's doomed.
No boy. I don't know. We'll have to see how it goes. I'm not in like a complete rush for it though. I like to see what people say, like reviews and stuff of the service and how they find it. You know, particularly like the retro games, how that works with the online playability. Because I'm probably more interested in that than anything, to be honest. Because there isn't like a lot of games that I don't even own the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe for the Switch because I already had it on the Wii U.
Yeah.
So I didn't rebuy that one, and I already had a lot of DLC for that, which I bought for the Wii version. So I'm like,
yeah.
well,
So you pretty much had everything that's not the new battle mode at that point.
yeah. You know, Smash would be a game I'd definitely be interested in, obviously, paying the online for.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably going to be the one that people are going to be buying it for once it releases, because it's really just this game and Mario Kart 8 most people play online on Switch, because ARMS doesn't really get that much attention besides its hardcore fan base anymore.
Not really.
So I have not touched that game since it came out, and that was only made for the first week. Having no cloud saves for free is a bothersome. See, you know, I'll at least argue that for Nintendo. It does bother me a bit, but at the same time, it's what literally every other company does. So it's nothing new there. I'm not surprised they went the paid route for cloud saving. I just wish they had a way to back up a save locally. That's not hard. They did it in the past gen, and so does everyone else on their system. So why can't Nintendo on Switch? Steam does not, but yeah, but also the biggest weird thing with Steam is they're trying to push for some more paid stuff. Like nowadays, you can't add friends to an account unless you buy a game off their platform.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you guys found that out the hard way. Which
yeah,
it's
that's
still random.
Really stupid.
So it was like, they still do weird things too. That was true. Yeah, I've no, like my nephew, I was trying to add him on my Steam account, but I had to send him a friend request because he couldn't send me mine. So
like,
it's not a glitch.
Why?
I've seen it from at least 2 separate people.
But it's like a basic, like very basic, like thing that's in everything to add friends. I don't understand why you have to lock that behind. Like you have to pay something. Like pay for a game at least on your account, like of within. And the weird thing is, like, the other weird thing is, even if you paid like for a game like way in the past, it was like whenever they did it within a certain amount of time, you would have had to pay for another game. So they didn't count games you paid for like years ago,
which is really weird because that's still a purchase.
Yeah,
it's in
I know.
Your purchase history.
It had to be within whatever they updated or something like that, or within like a certain time frame that they deemed was the time frame you needed to have bought a game in order for it to count.
It might be even like the past year or something like that, because it sounds very recent that they did that change. So maybe within that time period too.
Yeah, because that was really odd. It's like, but why?
It just makes no sense. It's one of the most basic fundamentals, because there are a lot of people who do only play the free games on Steam, like Dota 2, Team Fortress 2, stuff like that. And they can't add their friends to play those games if they have to buy something. That's weird. It's counterintuitive.
I don't know. It's like, I don't think they need to encourage people to buy things. Like, they already have really good deals in that freaking platform.
Yeah, I mean, they don't need to encourage people for that reason alone. I mean, most of the time when I find a game on sale, usually it's cheaper on Steam, still. The only times it might be otherwise is when Steam is not having a sale, but they seem to have one like once every week or 2.
Yeah.
I mean, just recently, I think they had an Oddworld sale. It's like all those games were dirt cheap. I mean, they gave away the first Oddworld game for free. I mean, that's nice, but I own it. They give that one a lot. For free, when I notice that's usually at least maybe once a year free for a couple days.
Yeah.
Yeah, Humble Bundle and Steam are like the 2 big ones. The biggest thing with them is obviously the bundles. They've had some really good bundles as of late. Like, they've been getting a little bit better. I think 2017 was a rockier year for bundles. This year's been a little bit better.
Isn't that like a subscription service thing?
Well, you can do a subscription thing with the Humble Monthly, but no, it's just basically it's another platform to buy games, but they do a lot of bundles of games.
Oh, so you buy like one single bundle and you do like a one-time purchase?
Yeah, basically.
Because I haven't investigated it. Like, I've been on the website, but I haven't like, investigated any further.
Like, a lot of times they'll have bundles of like, here, you pay $1 and then you get like 3 or 4 games. You pay like $9, you get like an extra 3 or 4. You pay $12, you usually get like an extra 1 or 2. So you get a lot for your bang your buck. And the like the Humble Monthly, that's the subscription one. But you get like, I think they say about $200 worth of games each month for that. I only ever subscribe to that if there's a game I want from it. So it's usually maybe once every, maybe like 6 or 7 months.
Yeah.
I just did that from April just to get Dead Rising 4 for like $12.
And these are Steam games, right?
Yeah, these are all Steam. But sometimes they do console ones. They did a Nintendo bundle a couple years back, and just recently they did one for like the PlayStation 3, Vita, and PS4.
Oh.
It's like a Sega Capcom bundle, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, monthlies are a little weird. I do agree with that one. That's why I don't really subscribe to the monthly all that often. Because half the time they don't really have games I care about.
Yeah, I kind of am not a fan of the subscription type services thing.
Yeah.
I don't know, because it's just like, what if you get a bunch of games you really don't care for, and you already have them, and it's kind of like, you feel like your money was just wasted that month.
That's the biggest
for things
problem.
you don't care about.
I mean, most of the time you're going to get a lot of stuff that you don't own still, so it's justifying the price, but it's always a bad thing when you get something duplicated.
Yeah.
I mean, my favorite things I started to do the past couple of years was like the Humble credit thing. So basically whatever purchase you get a small little kickback into your wallet, which has helped a bit. So I use that to get some discounts or maybe even get something for free. I mean, that's kind of one of the reasons why I got Honey Pop for $1, because I spent an extra $1 on it from that wallet. But also why I got half Genie Heroes Ultimate Edition now. With the 10% off they had for the release sale, and then taking off like an extra $3, brought it down to near 20. And it's probably the best time for me to pick it up. Like, I want to play those new modes soon. That might be the next thing we place for the Saturday slot, since each one of those modes will probably take a session each. Until I at least figure out something else. I had another hard challenge thing in mind, but I need to prepare a save file first. That's going to take a bit.
The only problem I have with like Humble Bundles, I know they can only probably do digital, but there's certain games that I would be interested in. Probably could get cheaper in there, but I want the physical of, like Uncharted 4.
Oh yeah, I mean I don't know if Sony's gonna release their big ones for that one. So most of those it's usually like a lot of the indie stuff I get from those. Those bundles usually have mostly like a lot of indie things in general that I'm fine with.
Yeah, so I kind of figured it probably was. It's probably how they could do it that way.
Usually, yeah.
Because, you know...
They usually partner up with companies, too. Like, one of the best bundles they ironically had was software bundles. Like, I got some really good PC troubleshooting software from them once. And then just a couple months ago, they had that whole video creation bundle thing, which had Sony Vegas in there for $20, along with a lot of other stuff. That was probably one of their best ones for the price tag.
Yeah.
So they sometimes do that, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Also, hashtag not ad, but... It's really good. Can't stress it enough.
They better sponsor you. Be like,
why not? You sponsor everyone else. Give me the affiliate link. Go get that free game and give me that kickback or free. I was
like, come on, guys. Click my affiliate link. I think they're supposed to, like, I don't know, like, just on a side note, like, for, like, affiliates on Twitch. I thought at one point they were supposed to, or I don't know if that's just for partners or for affiliates or whatever. But I think there was supposed to be some sort of thing, like if you were playing like a game, that they would showcase the game where you could buy it and then you would get a cut of the price of the referral.
Yeah, affiliates get that too. So if it's any kind of game that you can get on a PC platform that they will sell as well, you can do that.
Okay, so it has to be like a PC game. I think
when I streamed Half Genie Hero, that showed up once before. I know Use Your Words said when I streamed that a couple months back. So it does depend, but there are some games that will do that.
Okay. Because, yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that pop up. Now, mind you, I am doing, like, a lot of Nintendo-type games, but there's still some that I'll do that'll be, like, PlayStation and stuff like that.
I mean,
like,
I'm kind of surprised and also not to see that Ellie Demar didn't have that kind of pop-up, but it is an older game on Steam, so that's not too surprising.
Yeah.
Which that's still probably the better way for me to play it, even though the remaster's out. It's just an upscaled version of like the PS3 and 360 one. Here we go, in the Steam copy with all the DLC. It doesn't look any better. Fat PC, I think, looks still a little bit better. Which is usually the trend for remasters. It's basically just PC on a console version.
Yeah.
So half the time I don't bother. Unless it's a console exclusive game. And even then, it really depends. Like, I waited to get Last of Us until I got a PS4, and I'm glad I did. It just looked better there. I wasn't in a rush to pick it up. By the time I got it, it was $10.
Never played that game.
It's a really good
Heard
Naughty Dog
good
story
things.
game. It's very similar to Uncharted with storytelling.
Yeah.
At the same time, it's one of those zombie apocalypse style things that you kind of have to be accepting of that storyline. I know a lot of people are getting sick of it, which is understandable. I want to seriously hear about that game this year. I want to hear about Last of Us 2. Please give us a release date. They didn't talk about it all last year. The same thing they did when they showed off in 2016. It's a thing. That's all we got. Just give us something.
Yeah.
I mean, Data War's already out. You don't have to worry about this one anymore. Go ahead. Tell me about Last of Us 2.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested to see what Sony's going to bring to the table. And obviously Nintendo.
Yeah, I mean, the big rumor we heard a lot of was they're going to try to mainly focus on Smash, but we'll see about that. I mean, they have the tournament, so they are definitely showing a lot of the game at E3. And what's interesting, though, is the tournament's going to have all professional Smash players, like from the Melee scene and such. So they're not just getting random, like, celebrity YouTubers like they usually do. They're getting actual pro players like they did last year for Splatoon 2. And that's honestly the best idea. If you want to show off the most of your game, get people who usually know how to play said game.
Yeah, I know. Really show off like what it can do and what people can do with it, right?
Yeah, because the Splatoon 2 tournament they showed last year, because this was before the game came out, it was really good. And it showed a lot more of the in-depth gameplay to each mode. It wasn't just people stumbling around. Like, man, I can still remember during the first Nintendo World Championship when they played Splatoon, like one of the first rounds, and half of them just looked at the floor, shooting walls, not doing much. It was not the greatest showcase of Splatoon. And that was how they were advertising it to people. Which
seems
did make me happy
legit.
that year that Mario Maker was the last game they showed, because at least at that point, there was more confident playstyles at that time, since there were 2 finalists.
Yeah. I hope they show something with like Prime 4.
Yeah, I hope so too. That's also been kind of a rumors of late where they're going to show off some of that. Which, if they do, well, one, that's not too surprising, and two, that'd be good. That'd be really good to see.
Yeah.
We've heard nothing since last year with the title drop.
Yeah, I know.
So it'd be nice to actually see something. See how it controls and plays. I kind of like it to be like a Pikmin 3 in terms of control, where you have an option to use either a normal kind of control scheme similar to Metroid Prime and Prime 2 on GameCube, or like a motion control scheme like Prime 3 on Wii. I would like to see them try to implement both in a way, like how they did with Pikmin 3. Because I prefer motion control for Metroid Prime anymore. I just prefer the point, if I can. So if I could do that with gyro as well, then I would, again, prefer that.
Yeah. Regardless, seems like they're gonna have a lot of good games coming out, hopefully.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they're gonna have a lot coming out sometime this year too, from what they've already announced, which is gonna be nice.
Yeah, I predict Smash is probably, if it is going to come out this year, people were saying it's going to come out this year.
I mean, if it does, from what they're saying so far, yeah, it's probably holiday season.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be big. It's another big hitter for their holiday season.
Yeah, I believe the Wii U version came out like November of 2014, so they'll probably do some similar release time. That was the whole reason why I got Wii U at that time too. It's just I really wanted to Smash. I didn't have a 3DS yet, and that was the best version anyways.
Probably that's gonna be the game to get a lot of stragglers that have probably like, you know, who aren't like main Nintendo, you know, people. They probably would just pick up the system just so they can have Smash, because that's gonna be a lot, and then they'll just put it away in their closet for a little bit.
It's the Smash machine.
Exactly.
That happens all the time, though. I mean, that happened with the Wii for a lot of people. They didn't buy it until like Brawl. I mean, that's where I think the biggest influx of the sales came. One point was 2008.
Yep.
But then it slowed down a year later.
Yep, there you go. And they bring it out. It's one of those like games like, oh, it's a little party, LAN party machine, and then it goes away back in the closet. Literally had a friend that did that. Just be like, yep, you know, if I got friends over, maybe I'll crack it open, but otherwise, nope, it's not my main console. I just put it back in the freaking closet.
I mean, to me, that's not how I roll, but to be fair, I keep all my systems hooked up at all times. Every single last one is hooked up and ready to play. The only one that's technically not is NES, but that's because it's a composite video. That's a little hard to set up. And even then, it's composite video. It looks like garbage.
Probably the only thing that only thing I would probably invest in, I don't know, I'd have to see whether or not it'd be worth it to me, but like finding some way to switch between my consoles, switching between consoles easier on the capture card or something.
Yeah, like some kind of HDMI switch. That's probably the best idea. Because especially if you're using that input a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I simplified my setup and just have everything routed to HDMI now.
Because right now it's the PS3 Slim, PS4, I think, PS4, Wii U, and the Switch. And it used to be the Wii, and if I ever do get a GameCube console, then it'd be that as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a few consoles, just a few.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't have like enough room on my entertainment system for like all of the consoles plus the games, so I probably would have more room, like, but I'd had to find a better setup to store my games, like a better shelf system or something.
Yeah, that's
right now I literally just store them. I just store them within the actual entertainment system, like on the shelves, and I'm like, well, that's where they are.
I mean, yeah, it works at that point. I mean, I have the luxury of having some of the extra space in this room. I mean, that's why I have technically 2 entertainment centers hooked up to everything.
Yeah.
Which technically has 2 TVs, one CRT and one flat screen, but since I got that upscale the frame meister, I have not touched my CRT at all. I've just been playing everything on my computer monitor. It's been nice.
Nice.
It's been very good because the only way I could have done that before is play off of the preview feed for like that standard F card, which had like a couple frames of input lag, and that even a couple frames is enough to mess me up. So that to me still isn't preferred.
Yeah.
But I know a lot of people, even Elgato nowadays, even recommends, because they discontinue, unfortunately, that original Elgato card that has the AV inputs. So even then, they're just recommending, just buy one of those like cheap upscalers for like $50 and route everything in HDMI. I just personally don't like those things. They're all crap to me.
Yeah.
Like they're either too dark, or, well, all of them technically misinterpret the retro signal. So the deinterlacing method looks really messy. And they stretch everything out to widescreen, so a lot of older games look like everyone put on 200 pounds. They're too squished.
That's awful.
They're too stretched out.
Why the hell?
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
Like, I don't get why none of those things have a switch to flop it between full screen and widescreen. It's a simple thing to do, but no one does it. That's why I had to go buy a $400 upscale from Japan, one that was specifically made for that thing in mind. And that has the switch for it. It's like, come on, that's so dumb. I mean, no regrets.
You get what you pay for.
No regrets, yeah, you really do. So that's why I saved up the money. It was worth it.
Yep.
Especially because I can input. It's weird, that upscaler has one of every retro style input, but it has 2 HDMI inputs. And it's really random. I only use one of them, and that's for my Dreamcast. Since it's like, what, one of the 2 systems out there that supports that VGA thing. Yeah, the computer input.
Yeah.
It's weird. I think it was that and like some kind of Atari, or was it Atari? No, it was an Apple computer console. I think those are the only 2 that supported VGA. It's really weird. So basically, it's only the Dreamcast that supports VGA. Did we win that? Because that looked very close to the end. It kept on flopping back and forth for us. They might have. That's a lot of orange. Please, Mikey. Nope, not even close. That's like a 5% gap.
Yeah, I
Crap.
barely won the last one. It's pretty close. I was like, I actually was surprised we won it.
Yeah.
Did not look like we won that at all. I was being brutally murdered. Was splatted over and over. It's like, well, this doesn't feel good.
Yeah. Not how I want to end it. I'll at least do one more before I drop out to get my shirt scrubbed off. Because I'm so close anyways. Even one loss, I believe, will give me a chunk.
Yeah, I'll remember to scrub my shirt before. What? The connection is unstable?
Oh, fun.
Are you kidding me? I got kicked. Well, sorry, team. Not much I can do. It's like, well, I guess you're definitely gonna lose now.
Yeah.
Rip.
Whether we want to or not. Now we're definitely losing. I always hate that. When you're just mid-game, then you see someone drop, or you drop.
I know.
It's the worst
it's
feeling.
Like, what? It's like, great. The worst, like, I think, the worst thing about all this is the fact that you can have legit DCs, but then the game will still punish you unless they fix that. I don't know if they did, but it'll punish you, like, saying, like, oh, like, almost like you rage quit or you just...
I mean, from what I've heard, they supposed to have fixed it, but they kind of didn't, because people still get that message. So, I guess it happens less frequent now. I mean, that still should be gone entirely, especially for ranked, because I still hear if you're fighting against someone who has a DC, you can still get a crack in your meter. Even now, which is still dumb.
Like, what?
Like, come on, seriously, why? I need to get back to playing some of those rank modes and get my levels up. I just have not done it as much. Usually when I have free time, I'm playing all these other games. So it's like, I want to keep on going back to this one, but I keep on forgetting to. Honestly, as much as I don't like digital at times, I kind of regret also not having this game digitally. I think it would encourage me to play it more if I could just turn it on whenever I feel like it, instead of digging out the cart. Like, some games do feel better if you can play them digitally, just because they're so much easier to pick up and play.
Yeah. I don't know. I get sketched with digital though. It's just so much. If they didn't like try to like take things off of eShops and be like, oh well, you know, the eShop's gonna discontinue, or this isn't gonna work, or your system just breaks and you gotta rebuy it again. I don't know. I just hate the whole aspect of they force you to rebuy a game you may have bought on a previous console. You know, whereas we have
did have a Wii that broke. And honestly, I did not feel bad when I got my other Wii that I just had to install all the virtual console games and such I had via homebrew. Because that's one of those situations where I wish you could just transfer the license, and you can't. So, you're forced to buy them again.
It's like, if you have an account, I mean, this is what I really would rather want. If you could have an account, it should remember what games you purchased and have it across like consoles. Like, I don't know, that's what I would prefer, but
I mean, supposedly they have it fixed now for Switch because of the Nintendo account thing. Apparently now they're supposed to be working that way, so it's tied to your account and not your system. But it's still a little like the Wii U days where it's tied to an account, but it's also tied to your system. It's, I don't know, from what I've heard, it's still kind of not the same way as like a PS4, Xbox One, or even Steam handles it.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think like if you're gonna have an account, make it like something where you always have that account. Make it a really nice system. You know, obviously now they're getting the cloud saves and all this other stuff. Like, I don't know. I just think there should be some way to track the fact that, you know, you bought a game before, and they shouldn't ask you to spend another $10 on an N64 Virtual Console game if you've already had it.
I mean,
like,
they
you know
tried
what I mean?
with
It's just...
If you owned it on Wii and you had it transferred over, they at least gave you that like $1 to $2 price tag, but that's still, you paid it again. So it's like, yeah, you were one step forward and 2 steps backwards on that one. You had the idea, just not the right way.
I don't know. It seems to me like it's another reason to be like, oh, let's just try to resell these games again to people, and that's exactly what it feels like.
Yeah, basically. They try to do that whenever they can.
I'm all for Virtual Console. I'm all for like re-releasing games. Don't get me wrong, I am. Like, especially for those who have never played them before and get to experience them, makes up even a better version, perhaps. I don't know. but I do not enjoy it when it's like, oh yeah, well, you're going to pay the same price as those people who never played this game before.
Yeah, that never
Even though
helps.
you've already played it and you've already bought it on like maybe 2 or 3 more systems, doesn't matter. You got to pay the same price again. It's just, I don't know.
I mean, in a sense,
But
it's
if you
also
had
the whole
the
remaster problem we're having, because people already own those copies, but then when they get newer systems and then they get the remaster out, there's no discount, there's no upgrade. Just buy it again for $60.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
It's like I
a tough
find with the
take.
remaster, they really should make a big difference. Like ones that do really well, I find.
It's weird because they did a better job at that when the PS4 and the Xbox One systems first came out. Because I remember a lot of games that launched multi-platform. If you bought the last gen version, like the biggest example I own is Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. If you owned the PS3 version, you would, at least at the release, you would have gotten a free upgrade to the PS4 version. You just have to put the PS3 disc in the PS4 for the key. But for some reason, they stopped doing that after year 1.
Oh.
Which was so dumb. Like, you guys had a good thing going there, and then you decided, it won't work, let's stop. Why? You had it. You had it right.
It's like, darn it.
This thing company agreed. It's too much.
Also, I think I'm just gonna stop at Defender because I think it's like the second or third time I've had the disconnect or some sort of error kick me out of a lobby.
Yeah, I would not
So
blame
I don't
you.
know what's going on.
I mean, we're probably only going to go for maybe a couple more minutes, maybe like an extra 2 or 3 matches at least, because I'm pretty good with Champion as well. It's going to take another like hour, 2 hours to get the King, and I'm good. Especially with one more
Yeah.
Splatfest next week. I'm going to be Splatfest out by the time that's done. So I'm going to keep myself a Champion. I haven't used much of these snails. I'm almost at 200.
I'm
We're
at
good.
71.
I mean, I played these every time they come out, so that's why I have so many.
Yeah.
I finally passed
Yeah.
my Wii U amount, though. The Wii U version, I think I had 160 sales at one point. Because I usually played till I got max rank.
Yeah. I used to like do that a lot, but then I'm like, not really. And honestly, like I do, like I find the normal Splatoon, like without the Splatfest, better only because you can actually play with another friend and don't need a team. Like I find that's more fun.
Well, no, even Splatoon 1, you can do that in Splatfest. So this Splatfest is the
Yeah.
same, except without that fact that you can at least do a team. The
Yeah.
whole multiplayer I still think
It's
is a
just
little
like-
bit better here, because there's more options for friends.
Yeah. Okay, I just got a friend request on my Switch. I don't know who the heck this is, but their name is Logan Paul.
Well, immediately block that account. I'll be afraid of all the disrespect.
It's like, what?
Add me. We're lit, fam. Okay, you're blocked. Just because it said you
It's
were
like-
lit.
It's like, I don't even know who that is.
Well, that's good because he made a mess. A really big mess.
It's like, wait, what?
YouTube drama at its finest.
Oh, God.
To be fair, he was always going to bring that drama to Twitch and everyone screamed, no.
Oh, what, he's gonna start streaming?
Yeah, and everyone screamed, no.
No, don't do it. Don't come over here. We want to keep it as pure as possible.
Yeah, really.
As close to purity as you could get.
I was gonna
with an
say,
online. Because there still is pretty crappy things out here that go on.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I heard more recently the issue that was happening with Dr. Disrespect, that Pug streamer. That he came out a couple months ago to talk about personal life things. Apparently it escalated recently because there's been news stories. I mean, that's why you also don't share your personal life online, especially to like Twitch viewers.
yeah, they're
Because
not
he was
really
getting trolled real hard, and it was getting so bad. Apparently, Twitch had to step in. It's like that's why you don't reveal a lot of things. Like, you know, I cheated on my wife on sites like this. That's just not the place for it.
That's really weird.
Yeah.
It's like, why would you? I don't know. Why would you? Like, the only thing I could think of is like you broadcast that because you feel guilty. Like that's the only thing I like.
Yeah,
Why
but
else
it's
would
weirder
you
because
say
he's
that?
one of those character streamers, so that's the first time his viewers seen him in his own proper personality, and that's a weird way to see that. So yeah, it makes no sense. That's not something you advertise here.
Not really a fan of people who put on like a persona for like. I don't know. I just feel like that at least for me personally, that would drain me if I had to fake like.
Yeah.
A personality. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, obviously, I'm not gonna put my personal, my entire life, like out there, like it's a vlog or something.
No.
But at the same time, I'm not coming across like an over-the-top screaming my ass off at every game and just, I don't know, acting very, very differently than how I am. I'm usually just pretty chill, and that's just how I normally am.
Yeah,
so,
basically same here.
But most people are like, oh, that no one's gonna like that. That's too boring. So I'm just gonna make up an interesting person. That just makes me feel so bad that they don't think that they're interesting or people would like them as they are. So they just put on a fake personality. But then it's even worse because like eventually you might get tired of that, and then you like, real who you are, and then people are like, what the hell? I don't know. It's just weird. It feels like you're lying to people, which you kind of are.
Yeah, basically. And you're lying to yourself too, which makes it worse. Because then you can't just do something with your own personality and have people enjoy it. It happens all the time. People put on characters.
Yeah. I don't know. I would just think, like, wouldn't it just make you feel better if somebody followed you or someone talks to you or is interested in hanging out at your stream because of you and actually who you are instead of, like, who you're, projecting yourself as? I don't know. Or it just...
Yeah, I mean, you could be like this guy here on the Donnie team, me be big boy. And that's a character you have to get out. That's banned on Twitch.
Oh my god.
Hey Topher, how you doing? Finally home. Hope you didn't miss too much of the stream. I mean, we're kind of going for about 2 hours. Getting near the end of Splatfest. I wouldn't say it'd be too much, because basically what you see is what we've done for 2 hours. I mean, I already know these streams are usually some of the more least watched anymore, because I do these once a month. It's the same thing. But hey, it's my excuse to play it. And it just happened to be on a day I'm supposed to do a stream thing anyway, so it works out.
Yeah.
Especially from last week when I had no idea what to do just yet. Doing good? Yeah, that's good to hear. Good. You're one of the people who like watching Splatoon too. I really enjoy playing this game, so I'm always happy when viewers say they enjoy watching. I mean, it's still, at this point, it is my most played game on Switch. It was one of my most played games on Wii U, so it's a game I play a lot.
How many hours do you have? Like 180?
I'll have to check this one in particular, because I'm not sure. I think the Wii U version was, it's like 200 or something like that. It was high. And that was only for like, what, a year and a half? Because that's how long we had it before this one came out. Or at least, no, wait, no, it's like 2.5 years. Came out in 2015, mid 2015. And then we didn't get this until last summer. Alright, about 2 years.
I swear, like, I think the only game, at least that I know of that's on record, that I've ever played the longest of, and some of my playthroughs has literally been for, I have like over 300 hours on that game, and all the achievements completed. It's like the only game on Steam I've ever completed all the achievements, and there's like a lot of them.
Oh, there is one game I have on Steam that's literally bothering me that I haven't been able to complete achievements because it's Portal 2. And it's weird because I platinumed that game on PS3, and the PS3 and the Steam version, they share their achievements. So I have one missing for some reason, and yet I platinumed that game on PS3. There is a single achievement they added to the Steam version, and it's in one multiplayer map, and it makes no sense why they added it, because it's literally something you need a second human being online on Steam on the PC version to get. It's a weird achievement. It's been bugging me for like 5 years.
Wow.
Why did they do this?
Gotta love the achievements where it's like encourage, we're gonna force you to play with somebody. Even if they don't have the game, they're gonna have to buy that game.
It's weird because I actually did it in 2-player mode by myself locally. I did what they asked for the achievement, but it didn't pop up. So further research, and I found out you need another person playing the PC copy to do it with you. It's a weird stipulation.
I think all achieves should be attainable without needing somebody else.
Yeah.
Unless the whole point of the game is co-op, then that's the exception to the rule in my opinion. But if co-op is just sort of like a thing that's there and it's an optional thing, that make the freaking achievements obtainable by single player campaign or whatever the heck it is. Like that makes no sense to me.
It's weird.
I don't
Your
know.
highest played game on the Wii U was Xenoblade Chronicle X. Put 130 hours into it. I mean, that's still a lot. I still need to play that one because I have it. I just haven't played it. I had to get back to Xenoblade 2 at one point. I think I probably need to restart it at this rate because the last time I played that was maybe January? And I'm only maybe 5 hours in, so I'm not that far in. I mean, honestly, if maybe just to push myself to finish those games, I might just, kind of like how I did like during Christmas time and then with Odyssey, just kind of randomly boot up a game like that on a stream just to push myself to finish them. Because usually those are how I finish a lot of games nowadays. It's just on a live stream.
Yeah.
That's why there's been so many first playthroughs. It works for me.
Yeah, helps you complete like your backlog.
Yeah, and there's a big backlog, so there's a lot we can always play. There'd never be something that we don't have in the library to play.
I'll never run into games.
Really.
Especially with the Humble bundles.
Yeah. God, that's where half my library's from. Just bundles.
Yeah, I know. Looking at your Steam library, I'm like, holy crap.
Where these all come from? Humble bundle. Oh, that makes sense.
Years later, you're still trying to complete all the
games.
games.
Because like 2014 onwards is when I knew about the site, and since then, I usually get like maybe 40 to 50 games a year from that platform, I swear. Because there's so many games in bundles for like $12.
Yeah.
And early on, when I was introduced to the site, they had fantastic bundles. It's slowed down over the years, but they're still pretty good. And I swear, that's also how I always had a copy of Freedom Plan to give to a friend. Like, half the time that was in a bundle 1 year. I swear, I think I got 3 separate bundles with that one game included.
Remember how I was saying Uncharted 4 was cheaper at Best Buy? All of a sudden it's not anymore, and now it's cheaper on Amazon. What?
Well, there you go. Now the roles have flip-flopped. Before you said
like
it was cheaper at a
$39.
local store, now it's cheap online again.
Yeah, it's
Back
like
to normal.
$39.99 Canadian. Which is not bad.
That's true.
I will take that. I will take that because that
I think that's
on
around
release
the price I paid for it in American, around $30-40.
was that like when it wasn't. Wait, that's
Like,
on
that
sale.
was right around the time I got my PS4 Pro, and it was on a sale.
Okay, yeah.
Which
so
that
that
game,
could be like
it looks great on the PS4 Pro. At the same time, though, make sure you don't have the PS4 Pro in a small area. Man, my system was louder than the TV half the time I played Uncharted 4. It was.
oh my god.
The fans were really kicking in.
Yeah.
I mean,
No,
it's a taxing game on the system, even on the Pro, so fans go crazy. I think I recorded a clip of that when I did my Pro review, and you can hear the audio distance. It's like a turbine
my
taking off
God.
on a plane.
It's like, well, here it goes. Start up the engines.
And basically, that's how it sounded like. Literal.
That's
engine.
pretty much what it sounds like. The PS3, like the bulky, like the first edition PS3, when that thing gets going.
Yeah.
Like it really can't play. Like it can't handle PS3 games. So I must say, even with PS2 games, I was using it for. Oh man, like that thing.
I mean, I've heard that the like launch PS3s like that, the shiny model basically, it has cooling issues compared to later releases, so it's
does.
not too surprising. Well, from what I've
Yeah.
just heard, at least, it might just be with how they place the components or the fans or something, but it's the warmest out of the 3 revisions of PS3,
Yeah, I'm
which is
pretty
probably
sure.
why the
like,
fans kick up. Oh, come
well,
on.
even still, it doesn't exactly help like completely because there's even been points when trying to turn it on and it won't turn on. It will just immediately turn off as soon as you try to turn it on.
Ooh, that's
And you'll
weird.
have to do that a couple times to see if you can get it going. And then sometimes it might just shut down because it's overheating. Like I'm pretty sure the cooling system in it like might be shot or like
Yeah.
on its way out. So that's unfortunate because that's like the only way to play the PS2 games. or at least out of the consoles that we own.
Yeah. I mean, at that point, you might just have
Or
to
that
find
are
like
here.
a used PS2 or something just to have something else.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes me glad at
There's
least
a
I
lot.
have a PS2 in general just to play those. But so many games on that platform have been re-released on the PS3 or PS4 digitally. And then all the dang remakes from the PS3 era. That's where I have most of my PS2 libraries. PS3 remakes. Like Ratchet and Clank, Jak and Daxter, Sly Cooper. I also had Shadow Colossus Eco on there. Although I probably want to pick that up at some point at PS4. I heard there's just more to do there.
Yeah.
There's just so many were re-released. I only have a handful of actual PS2 discs. Like maybe 8.
There's so many games I need to get into.
Yeah.
Like, never gone to Shadow of the Colossus, Last of Us, there's probably a lot of other games that or like series that I haven't really touched.
I mean, there's
really
still
happy
more
to.
series I need to touch, like Ratchet and Clank, because I own a lot of those games. I just haven't tried any of them yet. I'm probably gonna just play the PS4 one, since it's technically a remake of the first game, and then probably play the second game on PS3.
Yeah.
So it'll be weird in that collection. I'm just skipping over the first game because I have it on a different system. It looks better and it has the movie cutscenes, which I didn't mind the movie. It was actually, no, excuse me, it was actually pretty good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I heard a lot of people complain about it, said it was pretty bad, but video game movies, that's probably one of the best ones I've seen. It's not bad at all. Good writing. That and amazing looking art. Like, it looked really good. Honestly, now thinking about it, of all the, like, trilogy games on the PS2 of, like, the platforming mascots, like Sly, Ratchet Clank, and Jak, I've put the most time in Sly Cooper. I've played all of those PS2 games. And I played some of Sly 4. But I've only played, like, the first Jak and Daxter, because it's very similar to Banjo-Kazooie. But then they changed it, I heard, starting with Jak 2, pretty radically in a bad way. Like, a lot of people said they didn't enjoy the gun mechanic. Like, I might wait a bit. And by that, I mean, apparently 4 years. It's been 4 years since I touched the series. Probably get back to that.
Yeah.
But Jak 1 was real good. I mean, I just really enjoy Sly Cooper. I mean, here's your sneak peek. That's what's starting up on Monday. If you guys follow the YouTube channel, Sly Cooper, that's the next playthrough. And it starts Monday. That's why it's taking a bit. There's a lot of dialogue in Sly Cooper. So that's a lot of editing. I really want to see people's reactions to episode 3. I ran into a weird visual glitch. That's all I'm going to say. It was very hilarious. The HD versions are kind of buggy. Especially when it comes to visual glitches. I still remember what the Super Game Brothers Let's Play of Sly 2. Sly literally lost his head, and then the game crashed. So, yeah, not the smoothest transition.
Yeah.
And I had one of those kind of weird glitches in Slide 1. I've never experienced it before, and it so happened to happen on a recording. I love it when that happens. Whenever I get a weird visual glitch on a recording or a stream. That's why I went back as well for the LA Noir stream the other night and clipped that one thing we seen, where that driver just runs away from Cole Phelps. I've never seen that before. They usually let Cole take the car. That was the one smart citizen in LA, where they realized carjacking from Cole Phelps is not the smartest idea.
Yeah, you're never gonna see that car again. He's gonna wreck it.
I love also, I listened back to that clip with headphones, turn up the audio a bit. When the guy drives away from Cole Phelps and runs into the wall, he gets out and then he screams, like, I can't remember the exact words. Basically, he just says, "Stop drinking." Which is hilarious because, what are you talking about? That's to you. You're the one who drove into a wall. You lay off the moonshine, buddy.
That good old moonshine.
They know they'll never get their car back. Yeah, that's why they're the smartest people in LA. They know they're not gonna get their car back, especially One Piece. Phelps wrecks them.
It's like drinking moonshine makes you think clearer, or be smarter, maybe.
He was so drunk he didn't realize what he was saying, and then drove into the wall.
Look, I'll destroy my car for you. How about that? I saved you the trouble.
Cole Phelps confused. I'm looking forward to getting back to that. I just hope people are comfortable with the dead bodies because I literally have no way of censoring that on a live stream.
Yeah.
Besides literally turning off game feed, which will be, you know, impossible. You guys will miss all the clues and all the story. I've seen it. You can technically show that thing on Twitch. It's just as long as you're not focusing on it, then we're fine. That's why every stream I start off saying it's rated M for mature, adult nudity and such. Viewer discretion advised.
It's like put like a censored like graphic and some intermission music. Be like, we'll be right back. Basically,
there was like an extension I experiment with. There was like a blur filter that you could have added to OBS, but it was kind of, I don't know, it wasn't that great, so I kind of uninstalled it. It didn't. It either like did no blur or almost the entire screen you can't see at all. There was not much of it in between.
Oh, it's like not as much control, I guess.
Yeah, it seemed like it was not as fine-tuned as something from like Adobe Premiere or something. That's also kind of why I don't use a noise gate as much on here as I do in Adobe Premiere, because I kind of want to have my mic cut out more than just a breathing sound. Like all the white noise I want my mic to get cut out on, not just half of the white noise.
I think I kind of tried noise gate. I even tried one where it was like the mic would only like recognize or turn on like once it heard your voice, and it would cut, like I hoped, what I was hoping it would do was cut out like any potential echo from the TV sounds or what have you, or there's like any random sounds happening on my freaking apartment unit. But unfortunately, like what was happening is like it's very particular. Like you have to be constantly loud, and if you're like trying to concentrate during the game, you're not talking as loud because you're concentrating. Sometimes it won't pick you up. Yeah. So I was like, oh boy. It's like I don't know if I want that, because maybe sometimes I could be talking too low for it to want to pick up, and then like nobody's hearing anything.
Yeah.
I was like, that's a bit tricky. So
the biggest thing I noticed was the threshold of it, where basically when you talk, it kind of takes a little bit more time to turn on the mic input in a way. So at the time I would notice when I played around with that, you'd say a word, maybe like an S sound, like so or something, and half the word comes out. No matter what kind of threshold I put on it, it sounded a little too much. Because I'm using a mic close up to the mouth, and that still happens. Especially if you're using a mic farther away, I notice noise gates are a little more problematic.
Yeah. Probably one thing that I would like to invest for my mic is maybe actually like a mic clamp or something, but I don't know how I would set it up, because I'd have to figure out a setup for that. Because right now I literally just have it, the Yeti is just on its regular stand, and I literally, like, my setup is weird. I literally put it on a freaking stool. Not even joking.
Hey, whatever works.
I put it on a stool. I put it as close to my chair, as close to my mouth, and I'm like, there we go. Hopefully that works. To be fair,
I used to do that when I unboxed a lot of stuff early on for the YouTube channel. I used to actually take the microphone I'm currently using and put it on a low stool to use as a surface mic so it wouldn't be on the floor. So I know that pain as well. Honestly, what I'm just using is a normal microphone stand. It's not a clamp or anything. And it's simply because when I play Wii games, I can't play it on a computer monitor. It's too close, so the sensor bar doesn't work. So I just move the microphone in front of a TV, and that's why I bought a mic stand. It's just easier to move around. It's more cumbersome, sure, so it's bigger. But for me, it was worth it.
Yeah.
And plus, it doesn't matter which one you go with, a clamp or a proper stand. They're, like, I think, like, what, $20? They're not too expensive. So it's at least not like, oh, now you're having to worry about buying a mixer for like $100. Not like an investment thing.
If I was to do a clamp, I'd probably get like a pop, like that weird like styrofoam pop filter thing to go over it, or
always have a pop filter. Always.
Yeah, I don't have one. I literally don't for my mic.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, if you're using it as a surface mic, so you're using it far away, you don't necessarily need one, but I still have like this windscreen on my Yeti whenever I use that for that reason, especially because I'm always blasting a fan in this room.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And windscreens are, I think, like $10. I technically have a windscreen on this microphone too, because without it, the pop filter doesn't do as much. So all you guys hear is loud peas, and it hurts your ears on headphones.
Yeah, my setup is very, very weird. Like, I'll have to take a picture of my setup sometime and put it on my Twitter, because it's very interesting. It works for the moment, but it's not, like, the most
whatever works, you go with.
Oh, yeah. The only problem is, like, in the summer, it gets really bad because it's, okay. Well, okay, what the frig is...
I mean, I can agree with that, but
20...
that's because it's hot. And it's already hot enough
the heck?
now.
What the heck is, like, 25 degrees Celsius Fahrenheit? I don't know the conversion. Shit.
25 degrees is about 77. That's not too bad. It's like about 80 degrees.
Okay, that's warm. Okay, seriously, that's starting to get uncomfortable. Like, I think the most uncomfortable is, like, if it ever gets close to 30 degrees Celsius, it's really uncomfortable.
Yeah,
like
I'll
and
agree
like
with that. That's too much.
Yeah, but like I think it's like the biggest problem like around here is that the humidity is the worst. Like I wouldn't even mind if it was like that warm, but the fact that most times like when in the summer here, since like I live like near the oceanish area, like the humidity index is like usually like 100% or 80 to 100% during the summer, and that kills. It makes it feel so much hotter.
We've been playing Splatfest for what, 2 hours now, and this is the first Mikey versus Mikey game. I wish we didn't run into this period, but I'm surprised it only took 2 hours. I mean, I wanted to go at least till we get more experience on the shirt, so we get one final chunk. We're almost there. So maybe now 2 games the most with wins. But it's kind of the same problem here as well with the humidity, because it's like about, for Fahrenheit, it's like maybe about 80, 84. But the humidity is always very high, so it feels like 100 degrees, which is like 36 or 38 for you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually 38. So it's still, it's like, ugh, it's terrible.
And
it's like that most of the year.
I've never experienced 38 degrees, like, Celsius wise. I've never experienced it. Probably the worst I've ever experienced is like 32, and that was like, I'll never forget that particular summer. That was like weird, really, really weird. Like, yeah,
I mean, honestly, I'd rather take weather like that with the humidity on top of it. Like, I'd rather feel that a lot of the time, because it's not like that. This is a hot area. It's surprising how close we are to the center.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Like, you know, if you're used to like living in a hot climate, it makes sense. But like, it'd be no different than I'm used to living in more of a colder climate, especially when like it gets to be the winter.
Yeah,
so it just would make sense.
I need to readjust to that, because when I was up north for just even like 2 weeks in cold winter, it was the coldest they've ever had, sure, but still, it took a little bit to adjust to.
Oh yeah,
so you need time to adjust to it.
Put on like 2 or 3 sweaters.
Yeah, you're not wrong, because I pretty much had to do that where we were staying, because they didn't really have the heat on. It was very low if they had the heat on, so you pretty much layered up with like 3 sweaters.
Probably basically, yeah, we're used to this. Don't need the heat on that much.
I don't want to pay the heating bill. I'm never home. I'm not paying this.
Yeah. So, but yeah, no. It's actually not so bad, the cold, once your body gets numb to it.
Yeah.
I will tell you that much. Once it's numb, it's actually quite refreshing. Like, it's weird, but that's how I look at it. It's an inevitable thing.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of how it is for a lot of temperatures, so at least there's that. You can kind of just get numb to it. After a while, I've kind of gotten numb to the heat, which I guess in a sense is good, because when you deal with a lot of tech stuff in general, you're dealing with heat. Doesn't matter what you're using, it's hot.
Oh, that's the worst in the summer, is like you have like computer fans going and other thing, and your TV going, and you got consoles going, and you're like, everything's got a fan, and it's just blasting out heat, and you're like, okay, I feel like I'm in a sauna right now.
Yeah, basically. That's why it's sometimes probably best for me if I play a lot more and graphically intensive games on the Pro during winter, because at least my PS4 Pro won't be a heater during the hot time.
Just give your console its own little fan.
Yeah, really. I mean, to be fair, I've heard those things were terrible, though. Usually, those fans you could strap to systems apparently made them warmer. So I never bought one of those things.
Yeah. Cool.
Did we win against ourselves? Yeah, we did. We're good. So we accomplished nothing. But I at least get something for my shirt. Oh, come on. Literally, that bar is hugging the side of the screen. Just give me the chunk. Well, I guess at this rate, from how it looks, win or loss, it'll be the final game where I need. Unless it gives me 100, which would be stupid, but I wouldn't put it past Splatoon 2.
Yep.
Well, at least it's sounding like Matt and Amber's wedding is basically wrapped up at this point, because that our friends did get married today, which congrats to them. I think it was around, what, 3 o'clock Eastern?
Oh, okay. Cool. Wasn't sure when it was starting.
Yeah, I wasn't sure about the time either. Yeah, no, congrats to both of them.
Yep.
Big day indeed. And then tomorrow is just the Mother's Day, so your cooldown period is more celebration.
Yeah. I let like her go on a honey.
Yeah, exactly. That's probably what they'll do after this. Oh, good. We get to end on Shifty Station we've seen before. Good. I'm just surprised at how well the sploosh has worked for me tonight here, in general. I thought I was going to die a lot more using this weapon, but it's been better than I expected. At least I can get used to the sploosh. And it's always fun to say sploosh, too. I just keep on thinking of that guy in Wind Waker. Sploosh.
Yeah, exactly. Love that guy.
Yeah. I just love seeing the variety that's out in that one island that just dresses himself up as, like, Tetra. Like, aren't you the sploosh guy? Yeah, but now I'm Tetra. Just stay still, let me shoot you! Oh, that's the only issue I'm having with the dang sploosh is when I'm right above someone, I can't hit them. This dang short range. I swear, the sploosh is as good as a shotgun. It's great for close range, but anything far, you're just dead. It's not gonna work. Yeah, this map is pretty purple. It's like last minute mark. And there's a lot of tender missiles. It's just basically been a missile game. Yeah, I died from that slosher, but I like that sick play. Throwing a curler bomb, immediately going to the splashdown. Surprise kills. Yeah, okay, that was a bad way to end it, but hopefully I get something from a shirt.
Yeah, exactly.
That is mostly purple. They ignored a lot of their base and they still demolished us. You could see up in the top, you could just see a bunch of nothing covered and they still had a 20% lead. Jeez. Alright, what's my final chunk? Run up. I think I need more of those, so I guess that works. Probably need to start using some more of these chunks. You know, I've only really used the ink ups. Like ink saver or ink, sub saver, stuff like that. What the? I hate this Splatfest formula. Okay, same. You know, it's bad when the community itself is screaming it in the community. That's just my biggest problem with the ranking system has been the wins. Basically, you have to be a good team to win Splatfest. So
Yeah.
that's a little more biased than before. What the heck? Why is Hello Kitty and why? Why is just Hello Kitty in this in general? Okay, fine. That's okay. Now, so much advertisement here. I just want to end it with good memes and all we get is ads.
They gotta have those advertisements.
Oh yeah, I also forgot we leveled up, so I get a snail.
Nice.
Should claim that now before I forget.
I think I leveled up too. I think I'm like 28. I still haven't gotten to 30 yet. It literally shows you how often I play this
Yeah.
game.
Hey, you're getting close to it though. That does help.
Yeah.
What? Okay. Let's go, Mikey. Let's get a pizza when he's finished. And I love money. What does money have to do with this? Team Barney the Dinosaur. That's the true winner.
Lol.
Yeah, these are definitely posts. I just missed the Beavers posts in particular in Splatoon. Just they were better. Some of these
I
are just
know.
weirder. I mean, at least this Gengar's good. I've been saying that all night. Yeah, wasn't bad. I think this was better than the last Splatfest, though. But to be fair, Raph's team, they a little too strong. Something like Raph himself. Who knows who's going to be in the finals, because if Mikey comes back, I'll rep him again. If not, I guess we'll have a choice again. We'll see, but got one more round, and it's next week. Then after that, hopefully we get, like, maybe, you know, a good month and a half to 2 month hiatus on this, because we've had a lot of Splatfest. Still fun, though.
Yeah.
Just glad we had a finally good, decent theme since Splatoon 1. Okay, this is probably the best theme they've had so far. It's a 3-week theme, so that's very, very different.
Yeah.